All right, here we go. This is day 2. This that is, bro. This is the 3rd loss in a row into Oscilio. Everyone's just beating Brody and Oscilio. I think Brody should change into Oscilio. Yes.
I think that's advantage to Daniel. I think you want
Okay,
to be going
Spindle.
first in this matchup. Most matchups. Oh, and that's an interesting card that
That's good in the AB0, turn 0.
Aether Spindle. You
But
know, the Kano staple, the old Aether.
If it's like outside of turn 0, I think I'd rather have anything else, everything else.
So in some matchups, they want to go more arcane heavy, and this looks like one of those matchups that Daniel identifies as an arcane damage heavy matchup.
Yeah, and talking about arcane damage heavy, look at Patrick Watt's equipment.
I think you can just craft a pretty good blast turn here, but I'll just keep blast and one brilliance.
Damage has already leaked across, and of the
Then you have driver, you have brilliance, you can just draw whatever.
5 cards, so Daniel can sculpt the perfect next hand.
Yeah, it's a pretty good way to start the game. Oh, but a lot of cards going to the bottom there for Daniel, so didn't necessarily like what he saw.
And now, as well, Channel Mount Heroic.
Channel Lightning Valley.
Channel Lightning Valley. There are so many channel
channels.
places, yeah. Does have a counter going on, so a lightning card is going to go to the bottom.
It's a pretty good stuff.
Very
Daniel,
nice.
5 damage the way of Pat, a Channel Lightning Valley on the board, a card in Arsenal. I don't think Daniel could have drawn it up much better, and also kind of semi-stacking the hand for next turn as well.
And
Now
as
I think
the
like
old
the
knocker on the
Spindletron
side of
here
Sean
is
being there.
not
Overpitching
amazing.
In this instance, coming through with the strongest survival.
You need to
When a
discard
hero,
the
they discard a card
pump.
unless they reveal a card from hand with greater attack than the damage dealt this way. And Oscilio, not known for its big single-powered cards.
Yeah, and also not known for being able to defend that well. So this card is very impactful against your traditional wizard like a Kano. Maybe
Unless I didn't see if they are sold blasted, then keeping the pump makes sense. Because you need to block with...
with 2 cards potentially, because so many of your cards also defend for 2.
Just going to discard. Yep, so discard and draw off of the Oscilio.
Can block 7. And if the arsenal is blast, this is like really good because you can draw off of Valley. You can block 7.
So Daniel basically has to cover this up, or is going to be discarding a card from.
You could also discard Aether and then just send another Spindle, I guess. But I think it's more consistent to just block 7. It depends on the arsenal. Like I'm now thinking that the arsenal is the blast. You can also here use this Aether as a brilliance. If you really want to dig more, you just block 6 on this, and then hat, play Aether down, and hat the Aether in response to the brilliance. Just discard this, and then ping 1, draw 2. Well, draw 1 and get this Aether back, and then you can, yeah, it's an option here.
So, ooh, just considering as well what else he wants to block with.
There is another play Daniel here can make here. He does have 2 sigils in hand. So, okay, so Daniel could have played the 2 sigils out from hand at instant speed, but I think instead,
Bro, that again sounds like
is
the
thinking about things
worst
like, well,
play ever.
What am I going to do with this Channel Lightning Valley? I didn't see the card in Daniel's hand, in Arsenal, and that's really going to play into this decision as well.
And the thing as well, for a deck like Oscilio, where it wants to have one really big combo turn, and it's not like a traditional combo. When we get there, we'll show you, as the Sigil of the Aether is going to be played. So at the beginning of your action phase, you destroy it, and when it leaves, you deal an arcane.
No, Oscilio doesn't want to have like one big combo turn. What?
Necessarily push damage on Pat's turn, and has found an attack action as well. Looks like a God in the Flash was drawn off that channel.
Mind Warp Arsenal.
But a Mind Warp
Nice.
coming as well, and this is going to be amped twice. So the Signal conductivity.
But this is like really nice use of the Arcane abusing like opponent's AB0 here. Like really nice. You get Mind Warps and Spindles here, and also like good blocks. Now we get good Arsenal. We still have the hat, and we have this conductivity. We have a really nice setup here. This game is going amazing.
To stop arcane damage at all.
Yeah. And
Okay,
so, as I was
that's a good
saying before,
hand.
The reason why Daniel might not be afraid to throw the Lightning Greaves early is because sometimes you draw the hand up and it is the perfect hand to pop Lightning Greaves on. So you want to make sure
We get
you're
no
getting
blocks
that
and
value
hat.
early in the game, because sometimes as a Oscilio, you draw up and you go, this is the hand, I gotta go.
Yep, definitely. So Patrick is able to use the full hand here, so did have a bit of a, I guess not being able to interact on Daniel's turn with the arcane damage, but does have the agile wind-up.
Yeah. Patrick playing on the camera. I don't know if you heard, but he said,
Oh,
"Glad
okay,
that wasn't a
E-phase.
Stabby's roll." And, ooh,
But it's only 6 damage though. Like it's only 6 damage. You don't care about this valley now because you can't keep that around. You don't care about whatever you draw because your arsenal the gun flash regardless. And the card that got discarded was a shock. I did not catch if it's okay. I want to solve this a bit beforehand. So let's look at this. It's null shock? Okay. So then it's very bad hit. Like it's the only card that you don't want to get hit here, but you get hit because it doesn't want a card that you can bounce the gun and flash back with, because you can just send a gun for 10, bounce it back, and then your turn is better than theirs because they're just sending 6. You cycle because the null shock is intimidated. You have to cycle it on your turn, so it gets random. You draw here, and looking like these hands, it's probably gonna be a non-instant card, highly likely. So then you have to keep the channel lightning valley, but then you're kind of like IPing the null shock in a sense. So would have loved to hit anything else here on the hand and keep the null shock and cycle into blocking card, but you don't need to combo here. I think you just sent 10 because like opponent sends 6, you sent 10. You have the tempo, you keep the tempo because you win this turn as well. So like it doesn't matter really. And that also plays around Scalding Flashback.
and I also don't think Gone. If
Erase Face is active.
Race Face, there are so
sorry.
many factors for a Race Face being the 6 attack.
Sylvie played. That played.
I play these kind of tech 6 attack
That
slots
played.
as Daniel really gets into it now. Channel Lightning Valley.
Can I borrow one of the
7?
dice?
You can hear just. That's what his deck wants to be doing.
I think you
And
cycled the null
Savage
shock
Sash, another piece of
before
equipment
this.
that you want to get.
After your blink. Yep.
So Daniel playing
That
out of
is
here, getting back
really
that Gone in a
nice.
flash and an action point. Very, very nice there. And also
Coming for 4 again.
coming back in with that Gone in a flash. Of course, has drawn.
Yeah, still also has the Lightning Press in hand, so we'll have a way of bouncing it. Lightning Press a little bit awkward with Gone in a Flash because of how it works together. So you can either Lightning Press it and not resolve the Gone in the Flash jump trigger, so or you can Lightning Press it at the end so it buffs it, but the damage has already happened.
Yeah, so bit of an interesting decision here for Daniel, I think, again, because he has this Channel Lightning Valley. I think he'd like to keep it around. So can pitch to the Volzar with a Lightning card, but of course the problem is it could do
this
it, but
Cassius
the race
are
phase is
again
stopping this line of
clueless.
play. So I think probably what Daniel was looking at doing this turn is just try to
This a tricky.
last round.
For 1 again. Yep.
Yeah, pinging for 1.
Alright. And move to Arsenal. 1 counter on CLB.
Or, yeah, so we're going to see here, probably going to get called out because, yeah, this does not
This
count.
actually dies because
Okay, so now Daniel's line makes sense because he did not realize the erase face CLV. Okay, so then that's why we didn't cycle to null shock. We should have cycled the null shock into next card. Look to play the press as the damage buff. And the next card was blast. I wouldn't have
Absolutely not.
changed
That's why-
thing. But you just won that turn cycle regardless. So Blink was amazing. Blink was amazing.
Yeah, so here we go. So it's going to discard the Wild Rides. It's going to be 6
so
Intimidate as well as draw a card for the side of Patrick Watt and has go again.
Yep. Yeah, so Daniel could have gotten an additional 3 damage out of it by just casting Lightning Press, but of course wouldn't have got the Gone in the flashback. So
Yeah.
depends on ultimately if he needs an attack here.
And that's sort of like the challenge with Oscilio as well, is like because the deck attacks multiple ways on like Toll Arcane, little bits of Arcane as well as physical, sometimes you need to make a decision of, well, what am I likely to draw into? What am I going to need more pressingly? And so instead of keeping the shock, just keeping the...
As Daniel starts to think, really dug into Patrick's life, sort of offset that low starting life total of Oscilio with that really strong first turn.
3 go again. Didn't see what card is intimidated, but now it's just a blast gun and
Of defending well so far.
Yeah, no power cards being found for Pat yet either.
what is the card that got intimidated? Now it got me thinking here a bit on this
As exactly what you...
blast.
Bit of a miss.
Is that a sigil or current funnel? Oh, that's conductivity. And that's lightning.
He knows what
Sadly, no, that's
And
why
that
he puts the
was
card in the deck.
etchings. Oh no, sorry, it was the
ultimately,
eclectic.
if he
Yeah,
needs
etchings. Bro. Okay, now listen. Flash of Brilliance, the conductivity back, discard the motherfucking magnetism out of the way. Your hand After that is Blast, Etchings, Sigil of Lightning, Sigil of Conductivity. And then you go play Conductivity, play Blast, play the Lightning, pick up Conductivity, make Embodiment, play Gun and a Flash, play Lightning, pick up the Gun and a Flash with Guy again, send Etchings, grab back, I don't know what is the Aether, probably. And then, yeah, if your opponent wants to use the Scowling that they should use on your non-Greaves combo turn, then you just have the Greaves combo turn again. But now we played
Something
this,
again.
and we don't have another instant.
It probably
Embodiment of Lightning.
It's the embodiment.
Forgo, maybe he is a little bit afraid of Scowling. But I think, like, you just make a combo turn that is non-Greaves, and if your opponent is not Scowling, they lose. If they Scowling, you have Greaves, and they might win if their clapback hand is, like, good enough. So this turn would have done 15, 16 damage.
But one of the better cards here, Bling,
as soon as you can, when Daniel does throw physical.
Now he's an
distance,
8.
particularly is going to be turned on because it's
Yeah, we missed 7 damage here. Opponent at 12, and then they grab back.
More setup, yeah. This
I think I would have grabbed back the Aether, because you have Greaves. You can grab Lightning. I think Lightning is like really good, but you have Greaves and you have the Flash of Billions, so like the Aether is just more damage, especially opponent airbase area. You have Arm still, so he's like a little min-maxing. Now you have a combo hand again,
cannot stop any arc.
non-combo hand. Bear in mind, I think opponent should be at 12 by now.
It is
I like now they sent back the erase phase for
We're gonna
7
we're
because
starting
they
to damage
insist
erase.
on. They have to IP because you played it that way. So I guess they block 3 more. So then they don't need to IP. That would be a 14, 15 life.
Face.
And that's null shock
6 or more damage.
again. But like,
Especially in
you
additional
just-
damage is often a
at this point, if your opponent is 15, you are at 21. Your hand is this. The erase phase, you cycle this null shock. You look top card, you can just block 6. Yeah, and then you go again like 4 into 4. And then your opponent needs to start blocking or using Scowling unoptimally. And even if you don't block, like you cycle this, like you don't need to throw Arcane this turn. Of course, like it would empower like everything to get to use full Zarp, but who cares? The press 15. So the next card, if it's like, it can be actually like anything. This is like one of the good cycles where if you draw a spell, of course you can use it. You can't use it offensively because you have the E phase, but then you just block 6. Block 7, sorry, because this has the might here, so it's 7 actually. So then you just save life, so if they draw like the nuts hand, you can sustain that maybe. But if it's like not a spell, if it's like attack, then you just block 3, take 4, go to 17 yourself, and then you send this, bounce this with this, and then you send this, bounce this, and then the last card, if it's an attack, you send that Arsenal Gun. If it's instant, you send Gun, play the instant Arsenal Gun. Like, okay. Like, opponent is taking 12 damage again, so they would go to 3 if they no block and keep a Blood or Spell at hand. So essentially, like these 2 turns, you make a statement for opponent to never play Blood Spell again. Because if they go to 3, now you draw Shock. Okay, you have seen fair enough of Shocks, so I guess like a little bit more RNG than it's supposed to be in a sense, but your life total is good, so you can just block entire turn unless you draw like 3 blinks and 3 lightning presses, then it's kind of doomed. But that part is card games. Can't do nothing about that one. Moving forward.
reach. Oh,
But we use Flash of Brilliance here now.
brilliance used here.
I think that's quite unoptimal.
I feel like he's in full
Yeah,
But
blast.
this turn essentially is the same thing than what I proposed before. Now opponent has to use Scowling, so you hit like one of these cards, and it's like whatever.
Yeah, I like this play because you can bounce card one of those, play the Daniel.
His hand was blinking.
I had card in hand, and you draw a card. Let's go on the flash.
Yeah, the guy on the flash with go again. So also has.
Was there always a blink in this hand?
Ethics and
Common. Bit of a very interesting build here from Daniel. Daniel looks like he's playing a Rainbow Blast to Oblivion, so a very interesting.
Oh, it's a blue blast.
I like this play because you're going to just the flash really, and also needs.
so we'll
There is a lot of action points on the side of.
being cold. See back this guy on a flash and just presenting damage after damage here. Patrick give
Still,
3, take 1.
double C.
But Scowling has been used already. Opponent is 2-card hand again. You can no block their entire next hand and just use Greaves. You don't even need to use Greaves because you have like lightning again. But still, like those two turns, I
Mini
think I would have
sigils
played
coming out from the
differently. I've made a lot more damage. These turns, oh, strong
Daniel, they're
survive.
seeing right now.
But this hand, let me see. There's a gun in the flesh in arsenal. So then you cycle the null shock, discard gun in the flesh. Who gives a fuck?
Oh,
He decided not to block for 8.
the scariest pieces of disrupt. 2-card
So I wonder if he was on a turn. Need to use. Oh, it does have the
block.
discarded to the strongest survive. So Daniel just
Yeah.
takes
Wait,
it.
I'm confused. Did we cycle before? Activate Oscilio.
Strongest is up. Keep,
Press!
Yeah, or actually, I've got.
Why did we cycle the press? Huh? That card is 4 damage. Why did we cycle the card that is 4 damage? Instead of a shock. Okay, I would have. What did you draw from that? Somersault? Was Somersault the card I would drew?
Up for 8 is
Coming out.
gone. For
Yeah.
the ask strong
Swoop!
navigate.
Stronger
Oh,
survival.
that was
One of
another.
the
That was block
scariest
3.
pieces-
This is Okay, but then still, so if your hand was somersault, press, and the comma star, then you just get take this, discard gun in the flash, go gone, go again, somersault, gone, press. No wait, what was the hand? I'm tripping. The hand would be somersault, press, and then the 0-cost shock, and that thing is coming for 8. Which you get like block 8, but then you can't do gone back. You get 11 back, so it's not good enough, I think. But you have no, it's still like good enough that play because so here, like listen, hear me out. You keep this, you cycle this card. Now your hand is this is lightning press. So then you can block 3, and this is coming for, I think it was base 7, so it's coming for 8. You block these, so block 8, and it's all G. Now your turn starts, this pops, you have press and somersault. So you can go gun, flash, go again. 4/4. Here's the cool part. You can press in reactions, see what your opponent do, deny the gun trigger, then in damage, play somersault to gun, bounce back the gun. So you get the 7 damage. You can arsenal gun or send the 7 again. If your opponent is, remember, they should be at 15 here. Actually, it was 21 against 15, so it's up to 12 here. So it's up to 12, if I can count. 12 to 15. And send 7. A guaranteed 3 damage goes through. And you can send gun again. If they take 7, go to 5. You send gun, there's shock range. Because like you don't need this for this, because there's life totals. So the other play is that you just take this, discard this, gun a flash, and then just play gone, somersault, gone, press. Wait, you just discard this card. So then you go gone, go again, press somersault, you send gone, and you're gonna arsenal this. Or you can activate boots and go 5 damage more on that play. So then you go 4, 7. Can I count? 4, 4, 4, and 4. So that's 16. The opponent was supposed to be at 12. So they have to block at least 2 cards. Well, they have scab skin still, so at least 1 card. And you are at thinking 8. Interesting turn. I think I would
of
just
disruption
block.
accessible.
Because that's like way ton over value on the others.
To the brutes and
Let's see how I,
Old knock sort of. Just yeah.
let's see how this goes. Yeah, we discarded somersault, then we made embodiment of lightning. We cycled this into another shock.
Enigma mana.
And
now
play gone.
they make true, and they're gone in the
honestly, far away.
two left in the deck.
Sigil.
Yeah, and the sigil of lightning's
Oh,
gonna
it
come
was
through,
sigil
and
in
you can
arsenal.
see
Wait, what did I miss? Wait, that turn is like 10 times better then. Then you can't block 8. You just discard the what we Oscilio out here, this one. And you just keep the press, and that turn is like infinitely better.
as well. Every time a sigil enters Vol's area, you see Patrick.
Up a swing big as well. Arcane damage turn here.
Yeah,
That's
so
9. Shock, it's not
just
right.
4, but
It's actually less risky. So this is for the stream. This is for you guys. Yo. This is for the bit. It's less risky to
Okay.
miss, so
They goat?
Scabbies.
oh,
Throw
here we
on
go.
6.
I don't believe this is for the stream. I believe this is for himself.
All good. You take the second.
It's a Savage Dash turn, so you can say it's for the stream all he likes, but this is, I think, just the correct play. Yeah, he wouldn't actually be presenting a lethal if he with a
If he missed, he knew the line, but he hit anyway, so it doesn't.
actually. Now he rolls the 6.
When you and I think that it might have been a little bit of an option himself.
So this flashed it.
I think this game was like Omega winnable.
Just
So many to play. And
I like
about 8 attack. You know what? The Oscilio deck does not have a lot of 6 power attacks.
one, but Daniel to Daniel.
Card wing.
And now we
say right
are
now,
at the position where we have
He's been
to
with-
block every turn. Just lose. So we didn't use Greaves for anything.
Regardless.
back as well and put Pat down to 7.
Yeah, and the Golden Flash coming through again because he shocked
Yeah.
as an instant.
But this turn is
flash
like
back.
really, really good.
And had the Embodiment of Lightning start the turn off of that Sigil of Lightning as well. So this is a very powerful 2-card hand here.
Yeah, just going to take it as well, I think. Swing big.
Down to
Because we also drew the shock here.
Terrifying. And
For
you can
little.
See the draw. Does find
Yeah.
players finding their key manual. Him to
I think this game was very winnable.